Welcome back to Ratchet Builds. Today I am going to be building a 1/16 scale WPL C24 truck kit that I bought for a trip coming up to Tennessee to visit the RRW Crawl Zone. I wanted to have a vehicle for my wife to actually be able to play along beside me while I run my 1/10 scale Gen 7. I've actually already taken the truck and painted it so that way it was dry. We did it in her favorite color of yellow. The first step on this build is going to be actually building it in complete 100% out of the kit stock form. I want to be able to run it for a test and see what this truck actually does out of the box. Now, because I am going to be going to Tennessee, I'm not going to have my tools with me and all my extra parts to prevent breakage while we're on the trail. I went ahead and got a bunch of metal upgrades that I'm going to go ahead and do to the truck to try to limit the chance of it failing or something breaking while we're actually on the trail, because most of these parts in the kit are extremely cheap plasticky parts, and I'm pretty sure they're not going to hold up to a new driver abuse to the RC car. So the first thing is, let's go ahead and get all my stuff laid out here, and we're going to start with the base of the truck of just the frame, the drivetrain, bumpers, and just some of the bases to build onto. Let's get started. First thing I'm going to build on this frame is going to be the shocks. They're pretty simple. There's definitely no oil filling in these. It's just basically a spring and a rod. So we got our housing. We're going to just put our rod in. It's going to take this nifty little spring here. Let's go ahead and put on our cup. It just threads right onto it. These are not pre-threaded, so you will need something to hold that rod while you twist things on. And you're just going to use a simple pair of pliers. There we go, all the way in. Now we'll just take our spring and add it to the top. And we got our little keeper cap here. That's going to put tension on our spring. It just clips on. And there we go. Let's go ahead and get the other shocks put together. Alright, let's get these shocks mounted onto our frame here. So it looks like we got to go with the very front hole. So we're going to grab our multitude of screws here. So we're just going to go ahead and get these shocks on here and snugged up. They do have like a little retainer so they can like move. I'm going to leave mine just slightly loose because I will be changing these out. Alright, we're just going to get our shocks done one by one. And alright, shocks are installed. We've got to solder up our motor here and get our power wires connected to it. It's got a little red dot actually marked right here on the back of the motor itself, so that way you know where positive is, and then negative is just going to be the other one. Plus, normally your negative is grounded to the actual shell itself, which this one is. So let's bust out our soldering iron, get it all warmed up, and we'll get these wires soldered on. We're going to connect our red wire to the positive side, and then our negative to, of course, the negative side. I am going to go ahead and slightly tint these wires just so I've got some solder already on them. Just line up. I'm going to try to keep my head out of the shot here, but we'll see. Our motor is now connected. Let's get this mounted to the frame. So our motor just slides down into this little holder. There are 2 screw holes that we're going to screw into it, and then we'll get this thing installed. And it's together. We've got our motor installed. We've already got our servo, our battery tray. We've already got the wiring done, and we've got our shocks on here. Let's get one of these put together. And I'm going to show you one, and the other one I'm just going to get done off camera. On the differential to put it together, it's pretty simple. It does have metal gears here. It does have plastic on the outside, which is probably what's going to break while actually driving the car. So what you got to do here is actually just simply put it into this housing. Now the instructions aren't very clear, but if you look, there's actually small little cutout for these little bushings to set in, so that way it'll spin. Then you take your top half and just clip it right on top of it. You're gonna have to squeeze it just a little bit and you'll hear it click together. The front part of your differential has to go on, which it does have a little alignment feet to line it all up. There is going to be no shimming in this, so there we go, as you can see. Now for this, even though I'm only going to be running this for a very, very short time, I can't help but put just a little bit of lube in these. So I'm just going to squirt a little bit down each side, a little bit across the gear. I'm going to give it a spin by hand, and now we're going to put our cover on. Well, let me get this clip together. So just to show here the best I can. So where the single dot is on these little, so you got 2 dots there, 1 dot there, 1 dot there, those have got to be up and down for the holes to actually line up properly. Alright, so our rear differential put together. I'll move on and get the front done, and I'll be right back with y'all. Differentials are done. Let's just get them put underneath the truck and get some of our linkages put on, and we'll have a running vehicle. Alright, truck's together. Now to get the body ready and fitted. The C24 is now together. Suspension is all locked in. The flex is okay, I guess, for the size. It feels a little smaller than what I think it should be, but I got a battery in it. We've got go-go steering. It's time to go take it for a test run and see what it can do. I just actually built a new crawler course, so we're going to try it out for the first time. Alright, so this is my brand new course that I've recently just built. Sitting right here to try to do test runs with the RCs. Now this is on the stock motor. We're running a real 2S battery in it. Got some medium flex to it for its size. Keep getting high centered right on the motor. Buddy. Alright. So, decent going uphill. I think this might actually be too wide for it, but we're going to attempt it anyways. So we've got the sticks, a little bit of an uneven path here, coming down. Alright, let's see how she does coming down. Ooh. Bit of a drop off for it. I believe that motor is probably going to let me hang up here. Yep, high center. Oh, I got it. Alright, now for the line up for the last part. Oh! Didn't get it. So it's been about a week later since I last left off on this video on doing the upgrades, because I actually realized that I was missing a few parts. So I had to order them, get them in, and here we go. Ready to roll for a test drive. What we've got here, what I have all upgraded on this is we have got the new shocks. We have got portal axles added to the front and rear, metal. We have upgraded the transmission and the motor on it, which is now metal. We added a metal front plate up to the front for the servo. It also makes the servo hang down a little bit more. Metal axles in it. Metal wheels. The tires still haven't shown up. I am having issues getting tires for this truck, but hopefully by the time I get to Tennessee I will have the correct tires for it. And it has actually added a bunch of weight to this car. Now the only thing we got to do is take it out and take it for a test drive. Well, the flex isn't all that great with these real stiff shocks that are on it. Now, the difference is it definitely isn't wet out here like it was last time when we were doing the testing with this. Still can't get enough grip to get over that. Alright, so last time we actually skipped this because it wasn't wide enough. The new axles are a little bit wider. Alright, made it up the first part. See how it does going down. Definitely got to see if I can soften these shocks up a little bit because they are not forgiving or giving any kind of flex to it. So maybe when my tires come in, I can order some shocks and have the shocks and tires in at the same time. This is a very rigid RC car. Some of this, if I just had better grip on the tires, I could maneuver a little bit better. Got a nice slow crawl speed though. Down she goes. Well, there's our crawler. You might see an upgrades on it in future videos. For now, thank y'all for watching, and please like and subscribe.